Welcome. I'm Daleen Bickle, your host today, and I want to discuss the four primary objections that writers have about networking. As a book coach who serves Christian indie authors throughout their self publishing journeys, I've noticed that one of the biggest challenges they face is marketing and promotion. And yet, one of the best ways to market yourself, your brand, and your book is to do what writers just avoid like the plague, which is networking. Okay. So, this is part of a 2 video series. And in this video, I'm going to overcome those 4 top objections. And I'm going to list them here briefly, and then I'm going to dive into them. Okay. So the first one is I'm an introvert. I'm not naturally gregarious, so I can't network. The second objection is I don't have time to network. The third is I don't have the money to network. And the fourth is it's sleazy. Maybe you have a few additional objections of your own, but today I'm going to cover those top 4. And I think it's important to overcome these objections so that you can market effectively, including networking. So let's look at the first one. I'm an introvert. So you may indeed be an introvert by nature, but as a Christian writer, you are called to let your light shine, not hide it under a basket. Friend, God has chosen you to write and tell a particular story, and He has entrusted you to get that story out into the marketplace. He intends for you to reach the audience that He has specifically lined up for you. I truly believe that if He has given you a book to write, then He has also lined up readers waiting for you to finish that book and get it into their hands. I'm remembering the story of Moses, right? He didn't consider himself a good communicator, and he did not want to lead the Israelites, right? He said, I'm slow of speech. I don't know how to talk to people, right? So he was an introvert. But what did God do? Did God give him a pass? No. He gave him a helper. He had Aaron come in and help Moses lead the people, right? When you step out in faith and network with other people, you can rest assured that God is with you every step of the way, and He's willing to help you spread your book's message. He's going to be there beside you and guide you. The second objection is that I don't have time to network. Believe me, everyone is busy. I get it. And we seemingly get busier every day. But God calls us to make time for others, especially those who are in need. And friend, there are people out there who are in need of your story, in need of your message, that truth that you are going to share with them. Like I said, I believe God has readers waiting for you, but you have to take the time and effort to get out there and get it to them. Okay, the third objection is I don't have the money. Okay, so it's true that a lot of business networking organizations that meet in person do have a monthly or annual fee, and I don't think that that is the kind of networking that authors need to be a part of. Primarily because those groups are business groups and they expect you to refer a certain number of potential clients to the other members, your fellow members, every month. And that's just not feasible for writers and authors. So that doesn't mean that there aren't any networking organizations or networking groups out there for writers that would be good for you. The key is to try different ones out and find what works for you, okay? A group doesn't have to have the word networking in it to be and serve as a networking opportunity for you. And networking doesn't have to take place in a group at all. It could be a one-on-one conversation. Networking is simply the act of getting to know other people and letting them know what you do and getting to know what they do, right? What they need, what you need. You help each other out. And you can do that for free every day of the week. You just have to make yourself available and try meeting people in different places. The fourth objection is that a lot of writers think that networking is sleazy, right? Well, it's true that some networkers, I can think of a handful offhand myself, that seem to only gravitate toward individuals that they perceive as being money-making potential clients, right? And so they wine them and dine them and make a big deal over them, and then they kind of overlook and neglect everyone else, right? I'm not talking about that kind of networking. I don't think that that is a fair perception of networking in general. Just because some people reflect badly on networking doesn't mean that it is bad itself. I mean, let's look at ourselves as Christians, right? We all still sin, and that reflects badly on Christianity. But does that mean that Christianity itself is bad? No, of course not, right? Rather than avoiding networking because of perceived cultural perceptions, I encourage you to embrace networking, right? Be the example of how networking should be handled and be accomplished. Do it in a way that honors God and others. Okay, so now I have shared how to overcome those objections that you might have. And hopefully I've let you see that networking can be a positive and good thing, right? So how do we actually network? What are those tangible tips that we can do as writers to network? Well, that's what I'm going to show in the next video. So if you haven't already hit that subscribe button and bell below, be sure to do that so that you're notified when the next video comes out. So thank you for listening. Help spread the word. Be sure to subscribe. Let your fellow writers know about this channel, and I'll be back later with another writing tip. Take care.